Just on Wednesday, November 6th, 2019, your midday video here. Wanted to point out Kirkland to you. I mentioned on the private Twitter feed at Chess Trades KL, a gold miner, reported earnings this morning. Really nice coil pattern here. Nice to see miners bouncing back. As I mentioned, I'm willing to take heat on some of these miners up to a point. And so, like now, I definitely don't want to see, for example, Kirkland breach yesterday's lows. And that goes for most miners, especially the ones I'm holding. Let me get the right chart. GDX. Definitely don't want to see yesterday's lows breached. I think it's a good area against which to trade the metals themselves. GLD, silver, not bad overall. I mean, again, maybe they need a little more time. But the dollar actually is staying firm. So, want to see Goldfields. I'm still along part of that. Hold above yesterday's lows, and definitely AG hold above really today's lows. So that's where we are with the miners. But Kirkland, definitely a name worth KL, pardon me, a name worth pointing out. Now, as far as equities, I'm right now of the bias that we've had a nice run against daily chart in the S&P. We've had a nice run the last couple of weeks. So the news that the China-U.S. Trump kind of trade deal meeting may be postponed until December. I know that initially hit the tape and everyone says, oh, here we go again, trade war headlines. But it really wasn't quite that dramatic in terms of the sell-off, at least not yet. Now, of course, I have to reserve judgment and see how we close today. But again, I'm of the belief we're consolidating, we're digesting, we're resetting a bit. We knew we were a little steep on the indices. Small caps are a key. Again, we're allowed to even come down to the 20-day moving average, but you don't want to see us below 150. I think that raises a lot of red flags. So this pullback, of course, will be a big test. Names like the Buckle, I went long yesterday, holding up pretty well. On that note, in retail, Lululemon off the 50-day, definitely worth a gander. And I think, again, I don't want to overblow this kind of news here about China and the trade war. My focus more so is really just looking at some of these sectors like energy. Again, Oxy and Diamondback Energy especially got rocked with earnings. So can energy stocks as a group, can they withstand that barrage? They're getting hit a bit here. This is an excellent test, especially this back test of oil services down to the 50-day and the XOP, the expiration stocks down to their 50-day moving average. So that's some of the things. Those are some of the things I'll be looking for going forward. As far as earnings tonight, I believe we have the big guns coming here. We got Square and Roku, I want to say, coming up tonight. You can be sure everyone will be looking at that. Fitbit, which was acquired by Alphabet also, and Baidu and that sort of thing. But I do think, again, Square and Roku. And Roku's been holding up well. I know a bunch of people in the service at 54 options, Adam, a bunch of people stalk it. And you should when it's been holding up as well. I'm kind of been reserving judgment until after earnings, but it's been holding up well. Let's see if that continues. As we know, earnings can wreck technicals like Weight Watchers. It's just part of the deal that it always happens in earnings season. So I think that'll be a pretty good test. For now, though, again, looks like we have maybe a well-deserved breather taking place. You just don't want to see things spiral out of control and another, oh, here we go again type of scenario where all of a sudden we blink and the small caps are back down to the bottom range. We don't want to see that this time around. We really want to see things consolidate lightly. Of course, market doesn't care what I like, but that's what I'm looking for. A shallow, more shallow consolidation than what we've seen heretofore and dip in the small caps. At Chess Trades on Twitter, chess1gmail.com. The rest of the way, thank you so much.